If you could have one companion return to the new show, who would it be? For me, it'd be Dodo. But Ace is a close second, and it looks like we're going to get exactly that with the new rumours that are going around. And it's about bloody time if you ask me. There's a new rumour that Sophie Aldred's character Ace could be returning for an appearance in the Centenary Special. It is just rumour at this point, but how bloody brilliant would this be? Allegedly, this is coming from the same reliable source that claimed that David Tennant and Catherine Tate were returning to the show under RTD. It's claimed that she will be appearing alongside other unnamed actors to help celebrate the special, playing themselves rather than reprising their roles. Not sure how that's going to work, but I'm excited to find out, I guess. It makes a lot of sense though. It's the Centenary Special. I mean, the BBC is going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at this thing. But who is Ace? And why should you give a damn? For those of you who are uninitiated, Ace was a companion of the 7th Doctor and the last companion to appear in Classic Who, before its cancellation in 1989. She was sort of the archetypical New Who companion. Late teens, working class, but she had a complex past with a troubled upbringing and a passion for making things explode. She suffered several traumatic experiences in her adolescence which shaped her as a person. She had an abusive mother who she hated. She also had a close friend when she was growing up from a Muslim family, who ended up dying in a hate crime after some neo-Nazis firebombed her flat. This resulted in an intense hatred of racism and prejudice in all of its forms. It also prompted her to set fire to an abandoned mansion, just to get the pain out. This place was said to be haunted by an ancient evil, and that turned out to be true. So how did she meet the Doctor? One night she was experimenting with some chemicals in her room, and they exploded in her face, and she was coincidentally whisked away in a firestorm, finding herself on Iceworld, the most creatively named planet in the universe. Many light years away from Earth, and many, many years in the future. Here she met a dirty, rotten scoundrel who would just as likely sell her into sex slavery, but before that happened, the Doctor arrived and she happened to meet him, and the Doctor happened to really like her, so he ditched Mel and took her on instead. Throughout their tenure on the show, we see them fight ancient evils like eldritch gods and Thatcherism, and a mercenary made out of licorice all sorts, and transdimensional Arthurian techno knights, along with such mainstays as the Daleks and the Cybermen.
Twinkling smoke!
As the Doctor forces her to face the traumas of her past, almost as if he's testing her for something, manipulating her as if she were a chess piece on a board. In the episode Ghostlight, the Doctor took her back to that mansion that she burnt down when it was still inhabited, to find out what the ancient evil was. Well, it wasn't exactly an ancient evil, it was an alien AI from a long time ago, sent to catalogue Earth's life forms, but couldn't keep up with the pace of evolution, forcing it to start over every time it finished, until it got to the point where it thought that the best option was to eradicate all life on Earth. And in The Curse of Fenric, the Doctors thought it might be a good idea to introduce her to her mother when she was a baby. Without telling her, by the way. Naturally, she ended up loving the kid. This is fucking Freudian. Why would you do this, Doctor?
Crush the lesser races, conquer the galaxy, unimaginable power, unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc.
The last time we see them, they are on a cheetah planet, fighting off creatures that look like they just came out of a furry convention. The Doctor yells something about fighting like animals, and then we get this lovely ending monologue, which was the perfect way to bookend the classic era.
There are worlds out there where the sky's burning, where the seas asleep and the rivers dream. People made of smoke and cities made of song. Some of there's danger, some of there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace, we've got work to do.
Her story continues in the novels and the audio dramas. Eventually, the Doctor takes her to Gallifrey, where she attends the Time Lord Academy. She got her own TARDIS and was made an agent of the Celestial Intervention Agency. But the Time War was coming like a dark cloud on the horizon, and when it arrived, she began to crack under the pressure. Not wanting to see her harmed, one of her comrades erased all of her memories of her time on Gallifrey, and she was put back on Earth, protected by the Time Lock. It's okay though. At one point in the 19th century, she stole 50 quid from the Doctor's wallet, found a bank she knew would be around in her time, and opened an account. Compound interest made her very, very rich, and she used those riches to start a charity organisation called the Charitable Earth that does philanthropic work around the world, helping orphans and underprivileged children and taking down trafficking rings and the like. In her spare time, she does weird alien sci-fi stuff, collects alien tech, and perfected her explosives recipes, to the point where anyone would mistake her as a terrorist, and Yaz does. Sophie Aldred has been actively making Doctor Who since the 80s. Appearing in numerous Big Finish productions, she's appeared in an advert for season 26, the collection box set, and even written a novel called At Childhood's End, where she meets the 13th Doctor while exploring a very fleshy satellite that's orbiting the moon, and discovers why and how she was whisked away to Iceworld all those years ago. As they work through their issues, and the fact that the Doctor was an absolutely abusive asshole. This is my favourite 13th Doctor story, by the way. It really explores the complicated relationship that the Doctor has with her companions, and utilises the current companions really well, especially Yaz, who gets a crude awakening when Ace tells her all about the genociding and killing the Doctor got up to before the new show. She really does need to come back. There's so much more that her character can contribute to the universe, and there's so many ways that they could do it. Before the collection box set, I would have just said, have her show up in her own TARDIS. She's got one, but alas, now she has her own shit to deal with on Earth. But they could have her pooling her resources with UNIT to overcome an alien threat, or she could just be doing her own thing. My personal favourite though would be to have her show up as a villain, getting vengeance on the Doctor, or just trying to get her to admit that she was wrong to treat her the way that she did. Maybe have the Division Time Lord from the past, you know, the one with the hair, that one. Have her discover the destiny of Gallifrey is indeed to be destroyed by the Master after the Doctor abandoned it in Hellbent. Maybe she could recruit Yaz, seeing in the Matrix that she holds some sort of a grudge against the Doctor, and also, while she's at it, noticing some dormant Time Lord memories of her time on Gallifrey. Maybe give us some on-screen confirmation of that, and all the friends and comrades she made who are now dead because of the Doctor's neglect. This stuff writes itself, come on guys, what are you doing? Anyway, Ace is a wonderfully complex and inspiring character, with so much to still give the Whoniverse, and if this rumour is true, I personally can't wait for the Centenary Special. But what do you think? Is this just a dumb rumour, or could it actually happen? Leave something in the comments. Like and subscribe. Write a comment down below. Like and subscribe. Write a comment down below. Like and subscribe. I want to thank all my new subscribers, and wow, you guys are awesome. I didn't expect it to go up this quickly. I also didn't expect to get a video that went past 1,000 views. You know, not this early. So yeah, thank you. Thank you everybody who's subscribed so far. Let's see if we could push it to 1,000 by the end of the year. Who knows? It could happen.